All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Actually, it's his third straight show he's been on with us. He's becoming a regular. Brandon Golden, we appreciate you joining us Thursday and Friday, BG. Thursday to preview, Friday to celebrate, and Monday to talk about the end of the Pirate baseball season. But Pirates won a couple in Chapel Hill, made it a fun weekend, right?
Yeah, it was an awesome weekend, and yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun to hang out with you a little bit.
So I know you were there Friday. Did you get to any other games over the weekend?
Yeah, I was at every one of them. It
Nice,
was awesome.
nice. What that you noticed was the separator between North Carolina and East Carolina?
That's a good question. Obviously, probably the NIL side of things maybe a little bit different. I think from yesterday's game, we made a couple mistakes early on, and they didn't. And
Yeah,
it's tough when just you talk about a team that had to go out there. Cliff said it in his post game, like a team that was dead in the water to go out there and do what they've done in Clearwater in this past weekend. Like I couldn't be more proud of a group of kids and a coaching staff and just the way they went about it and how they represented who we are as Pirates and how that stuff works, man. It was really impressive to watch.
yeah. I mean, you get in those situations, you got to play, perfect. And Ryan Towers, I think the first inning gave up a solid hit, maybe walked a guy, and then other than that was just some ground balls, and
Yeah.
just the right place, wrong time, or however you want to put it for the Pirates. But you fall behind, Brandon. You're trying to play catch up. It's just tough to do against good teams, right?
Yeah, for sure. Those guys. Ryan Towers is super talented, and his velo wasn't up what it normally is when he first came in the game, but he was still pitching his butt off and competing, and that's what I was just so proud of him and the rest of the team just to go out there and compete their tails off and let the chips fall where they fall.
I'll give some credit to North Carolina. Their stereotype is the wine and cheese and stuff like that. But Forbes seems like a very respected coach from people I know that know him and talk
Yeah,
about him. And also I saw on the broadcast they talked about, and East Carolina does this as well. But every ground ball they are digging it out, making it a routine play, a tight play,
yeah,
and you do that every time, it's going to work out for you. So. For the old North Carolina highfalutin Chapel Hill folks, they are some gritty dudes.
yeah. They were, man. It was. Coach Forbes has always been really nice to me in all my interactions with him. Yeah, I think they ran a first class regional and they competed their tails off and they put themselves in a spot to go 2-0 throughout what they did throughout the whole season, and yeah, to be able to host that regional and ultimately have to be beat twice on their home field is a challenging thing to do for sure.
And it's not the end goal or the main goal, but the Pirates helped knock out another SEC team, which is puts
No
a
doubt.
giant smile on my face. But you look at it, Brandon. I gave him a C, and I was probably a tough grader at the end of the regular season for ECU. I thought we were about like seven or so wins short of what we normally are, a few wins short what we normally are in conference. But after seeing that regional, that bumps it up to a B, probably a B plus. Because again, you go co-conference champions, you go tournament champions, you go regional final. I mean, that's a hell of a resume at the end of the year.
Yeah, especially with like losing the guys that they lost early on, and yeah, just the arms that weren't in the picture that weren't able to come in and throw. It was pretty damn impressive, man, for just what were they able to do and how they were able to stay so close together and fight for each other. You could tell they were a close knit group and really fought for each other. It was like I said, it was fun to watch and to be a part of.
ECU eliminated, and then about 7 minutes later, UCLA eliminated from the NCAA tournament. And
Yeah,
man, talked about them all last week and throughout the year, and to see them lose, hell, they should have lost the day prior. They had to hit two solo home runs and tie the game up in the ninth against Virginia Tech. But man, it's baseball. Baseball's different than any other
yeah,
sport, and we found
yeah.
that out again.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Vandy was the number one overall seed last year, and they lost in the regional round. But yeah, again, to your point, it just shows you how hard it is to win college baseball games, especially in the postseason. You got the best 64 teams in the country that the committee puts in there, and you got to go play. And yeah, so certain guys are hot and certain guys are not, and it's just you never know what's going to happen on any given day.
And like every year, we see some upsets. And Milwaukee advancing all the way to the regional final, and we'll see if they can beat Auburn one more time. That might be difficult. The
Yeah,
Tigers got them last night, but they'll be playing coming up later on. I love all the upset stories you get this time of year as well.
100%. We got a bunch of guys out here training in the lab right now. We got the St. John's Florida State game on. Went to grad school there and worked with Blanks, and a lot of those guys up at St. John's, they just hit a grand slam. I think they're up 4-2 maybe right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
they got to be beaten twice in Tallahassee. So yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen down there?
Yeah, we know the Johnnies. They've played the Pirates a few times early in the year, and
Yeah,
if nothing else, they can hit the baseball, and
they
they have
sure.
shown that this weekend in Tallahassee. Brandon Golden joining us. Brandon getting ready for the Supers now, and I don't know now that your Pirate favoritism is out. Any teams in particular, any players, any coaches you're going to be following closely the rest of the way?
Yeah, I don't think any specific group. I'm just going to enjoy watching college baseball and appreciating it for what it is, and just understanding the difficulty of it, and just trying to you know teach the kids that are out here in our facility how hard it is to play at this level, and then enjoy it with my kids too, and teach them a little bit about it and what it all takes to continue to play baseball in the month of June.
And man, how tough is it just to get outs? You look at these scores, and
Yeah,
they get pretty outrageous. Which and East Carolina doesn't play in a ton of those games. They're able to kind of. I mean, even North Carolina scoring what 7 runs or
yeah,
9 runs is it's not great, but it's not terrible either. When you look at these other
right.
scores out there, that these things get into the teens and 20s.
Oh yeah, quickly. Yeah, it's just man, it's to your point, it can be impressive at times where offenses can jump on guys, and guys are having to throw on shorter rest than they're used to, and it's just a completely different feel and environment. As soon as that selection show's over, man, it's a whole different world, and it's time to go out there and see what these guys are made of. But yeah, it couldn't be a more fun time of year to watch college baseball's top talent compete at the highest level.
We'll talk here in the coming weeks, Brandon, as summer leagues getting underway.
Yeah,
But I've talked to a lot of former Pirates that say that that's some of their most fun baseball. It kind
yeah,
of it takes them back a little bit to maybe the little league or Babe Ruth or whatever days where you're playing. It's competitive, but it's also a lot of fun. And guys say they can really work on things and play pretty
hmm
loose in summer ball.
yeah, for sure. We got a couple guys that that we consult with that are playing, and we're working on different things. We're trying different, not necessarily a completely different arm slot, but just a different look to their current repertoire and their arsenal in general. So yeah, it's to your point. It's hey, go out there and figure out what we can do and continue to have the things that you do at the highest level stay at a high level. But if we can bring some of those other attributes that may not be at the elite level, let's work on those, and that's a great time for it. And yeah, most of these guys are in cool places, and they're experiencing something that they would never experience without summer baseball.
While you were at the ballpark, I was watching everything on Squeeze Play. So I don't know if maybe you've seen clips, but several ejections. There was a bat flip by a big time player. I should say a bat flip after a strikeout, not a home run.
Mm.
But there was also a taunting call on a Georgia home run. Did you
Yeah, I saw
you
that
see
one.
any of those? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Georgia one when I got back. After I was doing something around the house, and I saw it on Instagram. They were asking the Liberty coach like what happened, and he was saying he's not going to take blame for it. But yeah, I mean, I looked into it, and it's kind of tough to tell. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a hard thing to do and throw a kid out. But I wasn't there. I don't really have a whole lot of reference. I just saw something on social media, so I don't really have a whole lot of, I guess, insight on what should or shouldn't have happened in that point. But yeah, I mean,
Everything's a lesson, I guess. A lesson in just keeping your composure, and hey,
yeah,
we're gonna need you for after
yeah.
this at bat, right?
1,000,000%. There's just, I mean, everybody's emotions are high, whether it's coaches, players, officials. I mean, there's just a lot of intensity in the air, and yeah, just trying to be as mature as you can so you don't put yourself in a negative situation. But to your point, good learning experience for a lot of people, and hopefully some of the younger kids and guys that maybe aren't playing this past weekend to see like that you can do certain things and you can't do others.
Baseball on now, baseball on tonight, and then we got a little hockey between now and the Super Regionals. Canes trying to win the Stanley Cup like they did 20 years ago. BG,
Yeah, yeah, it should be pretty cool. Game one, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tuesday, and
yeah.
yeah, see what happens. Should be a pretty fun environment.
Fired up, man. Fired up. All right, Brandon. I appreciate you joining us. We'll give you the rest of the week off. How about that? And we'll
Plan.
catch up with you next Monday and see who's going to Omaha, man.
Sounds good. We'll do it.